You're very welcome back now. He may have traded in Hoth for the Hollywood Hills, but Donal Skehan is back home to launch his new book, Superfood in Minutes.
Yeah, he appeared with Holly and Phil earlier this week, but he's decided to pop into us to see what a real breakfast show is like. Donal Skehan, welcome home.
Where you do it right,
where
they know who you are.
Very bitter, doesn't it?
Not at all.
Not a bit.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning,
Hi,
great to see you.
Check in with
I know, we were just saying it's our 6 minutes every year that we get to see how each other are.
And since the last time we saw you, made another baby and written another book.
I know, I'd like to keep the consistency now, you know, it's just going to keep cranking them out for the next 10 years and we have a family of 10.
Baby number two is on the way.
Baby number two, yeah.
It's very exciting,
Yeah, very
isn't
exciting.
it?
Though I do feel like we had just got our heads around having Noah and knowing what to do, but it's a great thing. We're very excited.
So Noah is 1.5 now?
He's 1.5, yes.
Okay.
And he's...
Listen, as I said to you during the ad break, you're in the trenches. You might as well stay there and keep going.
Exactly, but he's running riot and keeping us on our toes, and I'm obviously over here at the moment, and Sophie's run ragged, heavily pregnant, so I'll have to get back over pretty soon.
So is home Hollywood now?
It is at the moment, but...
That sounds very foreign, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just, you know, I think coming back here, we came back during the summer and we had an absolutely brilliant time, and my little fella, he's obsessed with my mum and just loves her, and my dad obviously as well, but it's just that hard thing of when you're going back now and knowing that he's not getting that access to them, and, you know, it's Janie Mac, like all of a sudden...
But you do travel a lot and you go to Scandinavia as well.
Exactly, yeah. So we have to kind of go over. It becomes, that's the thing, like it now becomes a bloody, you know, mission to get back home and catch up, and so I think that side of things has changed our view on being out there a little bit. You know, it was a lot easier when it was myself and Sophie the dog, and you know we could do what we wanted. But now there is, you know, and moreover, Janie Mac, if anyone's faced a 12-hour flight with a toddler, it is a nightmare.
You're going to be doing it with two.
That's what we came back after the summer. I was like, oh my God, I don't think we can do it. We'll either just have to live there forever, or just move home, lock, stock, and barrel.
It's not easy, is it?
Yeah, it's tough going.
As I mentioned as well, you've brought out another book, Superfood in Minutes.
Yes,
So tell us, what is superfood?
Well, for me, it's a term that's used all the time, but for me, it's not chia seeds, it's not coconut oil, it's not all those sort of kind of faddy ingredients. For me, it's always about bumping up as much veg into your diet as possible. It's real food. You know, I always say, like, Irish lamb stew is a perfect example of a superfood, you know. A good quality bit of meat, slow braised with lots of carrots and good veggies. It's a great way of kind of getting stuff into your diet that you can. But in the book, what my take on it is that it's comfort food. It still uses butter, it still uses cream and things like that we all love. And if you love food like I do, you know, there is that element of trying to incorporate as much veggies as possible, but also staying true to your roots. So that's the aim with the book, and it's all about, for me in my diet now, I'm using a lot less meat but more veggies, good grains and good fats, and I think that's a kind of way to kind of keep some sort of balance. And obviously it has the in minutes aspect from the last book and the last TV series, and I think that's been huge for people. I mean, we had such a huge reaction to the last book because it was giving people answers, you know. And I always say, like, I'm a food writer, I'm a home cook, I'm not a chef. These are recipes for home cooks, so 10 ingredients or less.
As someone who has all your books, what I love about them is that I was going to say they're very instructional, but they're not. But they help you plan. And I see even from this book now, it's about planning.
Yes.
Because even professional chefs, and you know this, they all say it's about the prep.
Yeah.
You know, you've worked out, you've got a meal plan in this.
Exactly.
A 4-week meal plan.
Well, now, I never really had to do this before.
No. This is a family.
That's what I was just going to say.
This is a family thing.
But this is the thing, like, you know, you know yourself, before kids come along, you're kind of, I'll throw in a bit of pasta.
You can wing it. You can wing it.
But now we have to have something ready, you know, and not only for ourselves, but also for him as well. Like, and he eats quite a lot of what we do. We don't do separate meals.
Sorry, we need to press pause and look at this picture. So tell us about, this is the announcement. This is so cute.
I have to say, we tried to get a decent picture, and I was like, he just was not, he wasn't into it at all. No. And then all of a sudden, like, one of the outtakes was this, and it's the perfect shot where he's just like completely over the idea.
Get me out of here.
That is so sweet.
Is he a good eater?
He's a great eater.
Our gangs who'll just, oh no, I don't want that, I don't eat this.
I'm hoping, like, he's a great eater at the moment, and my trick is that I have him in the kitchen, and because we had a time where he'd get up in the morning and be screaming, and he'd be hungry straight away. So my thing is, I bring him into stick on some porridge, and I have him in the kitchen. And what I do, like, we talk about that in the book, but meal prep in the morning is my key thing, and I might have half an hour with him in the kitchen while sticking on the porridge, and then get him sat down. And I might just chopped an onion or started something in a pan. And you know, it sounds like over the top, but even if I fry off a few chicken breasts, I know I have something in a Tupperware in the fridge that you can make something later on. So those little moments are really helpful. But, you know, he's a good eater for now, but, you know, everyone changes over the years. I'm sure you guys have the experience.
Where they pick out the colourful stuff.
Oh, no, I'm hoping it doesn't happen.
No,
I find the longer you spend on cooking a meal, like the more effort you put in.
That's when they really get
That's when they really don't like it.
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
Like they pick out
Maybe it's
because
you're too excited about it then.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So disappointing, though.
I know.
And you try your best in terms of getting them to sit up beside you and help. They want to watch
involve
you chop
them.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's at the age where he's like, you know, pasta shapes are just amazing. And putting one thing into another bowl is amazing.
Discovery.
Yeah.
Discovery.
So he has a good kind of attention span for that, but long may it last, because I know it probably won't.
In terms of producing the books, are you where does the idea for the book come from first, in terms of, I know you're trying to almost create a series of books and hang on to the minutes theme, but do you have a pre-planned idea, right, the next thing I want to tackle is this?
It kind of comes down to where we're at in life, you know, and they always have been. I mean, as much as a cookbook can be self-autobiographical, you know.
But they change the circumstances.
It's changed the circumstances, really started the whole Meals and Minutes movement, and then Superfood and Minutes was kind of, Meals and Minutes was quite based on comfort food, whereas we noticed, you know, as many butter chickens as you can have, and, you know, slow braised stuff. I wanted just something lighter, and we found that we were looking for kind of quicker, lighter meals. Because you kind of have to look after yourself when you're running around the place, and I know a lot of people face those same issues. So it's lighter, but I think it doesn't steer too clear away from, you know, comfort food and things like that. So it's trying to, you know, there's loads of different recipes in there for various different diets and stuff like that. But at the core of it, it's just bumping up the veggies. But inspiration-wise, all over the world.
How do you narrow it down though? Because I'd imagine it was not like the process I did when I was writing one. You start out with 150 recipes, and how do you pare them back? Do you farm them out as I did to friends and families and say try them?
That's probably I normally have the kind of the recipe list done, and have kind of, and over the course of like the last year and a half, I will be kind of jotting down ideas. I see a combination of ingredients I really like the idea of, and that can be applied to a chicken breast, or, you know, or a restaurant meal that I've tried that could be transformed into something that you do in 15 minutes in the home kitchen. That sort of thing is probably where it comes from. But yeah, no, often or not, my best guinea pigs are our family and friends. So the emails go across the water, and my mum's sent the book elements, and
I'm sure they are winning recipients of those emails.
And like my family work with food as well, so like everyone's kind of interested to see what's coming next.
Of course. And Hollywood in general, can we ask you about work over there and life over there? Is it very different?
It's very different, I mean, it's an amazing city. Like Los Angeles is 14 million people, as you know, like, so it's a massive place, and you know, you do often feel like a fish out of water over there, you know, so you do have to kind of really, you know, I think our biggest success of being over there is the fact that we have friends that are local people, you know, and really, you know the area, grew up there, and that side of things. But I think it's, you know, it's moments. Like I'd shoot the show on called Home and Family on the Universal Studio lot, and you go in and you get your pass, which means that you have a free wheel to go around, all like the Desperate Housewives lot, and you know, all these different sets. And of course, I don't think you're actually meant to do it, but we do it anyway.
Exactly. We're rude not to.
Yeah, I would use the Irish excuse if we were caught, but it's those sorts of moments where, like, you know, and when I went out there first, I had a show called Food Network Star Kids with Tia Mowry, and she was from Sister. Do you remember watching that? And the set was on right under the Hollywood sign, and you'd come out every day and the Hollywood sign there.
It's a pinch me moment.
It's pinch me moments. And then of course, you know, something like that gets cancelled, and you're back to your house and you're grand. But that's you know, that's the business as it is. That's showbiz. But no, I think for us being out there, the biggest and most important thing has been just kind of grounding ourselves. Like, we don't live in Beverly Hills or anything like that. We live in East LA and kind of are away from all that. And in that way, it's been good, because when Noah was born, we really kind of grounded ourselves with a lot of the local people, you know, and got to know people through babies and all that side of things. And Sophie met people through pregnancy classes and all that sort of stuff.
That'll all change again come November, dear boy.
Jesus.
Listen,
it's all fun and games.
We send the best of love to Sophie and to Noah, and the best of luck with the new arrival, and the best of luck with another brilliant book.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Donal.
You've stayed the gorgeous guy that you were a few years ago.
Thank you. Oh, and I have to mention, we've launched a brand new brand called Cali Foods, which is popped up in permanent TSB on Grafton Street. So go in and check it out.
This weekend?
This weekend, today.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thanks,
okay,
Donal.
thank you, Donal.
No worries.
Now, Donal's new book, as you heard, Superfood in Minutes, is in shops now.